The White House has welcomed the peace agreement, calling it the first critical step toward peace and urged both sides to comply with the ceasefire immediately. Well, joining me now for more analysis is Nii Akuetteh, who is a member of the TransAfrica Forum's Scholars Council. Nii, thanks for joining us.
Pleasure.
So we have a ceasefire in place right now. The guns have fallen silent. This, I guess, creates an opportunity for both sides to move forward. What needs to happen now?
First of all, the political leaders need to exert control over the fighters, especially on the rebel side, especially on Riek Machar's side, because, you know, formally he's not part of the government. And so these rebel soldiers say they are fighting for him, but will they all listen to him? In addition, some of the people fighting on his side are actually ethnic militias, the white soldiers. You know, these are ethnic militias, and the question is, are they disciplined enough? Will they listen? But even after that, there is a lot of contentions in the agreement just signed. The political prisoners, will they be released? And once you deal with that, you've got to also heal the army. And I think the most difficult problem of all is the inter-ethnic killing. When you stop that, there's also the refugees. So it is a very complex problem. The White House is right. This is a very good first step, but it's the first step in a long, critical process, and a lot of things could go wrong.
Right, as you say, a lot of points in dispute right now, a lot of them political.
Yes.
What would both sides be looking for?
I think they are looking for different things. Riek Machar, for instance, is looking for a situation that allows him to compete for the president. In fact, one of the knocks on him is that he's so ambitious, and frankly, I'm thinking ambition by itself shouldn't be a crime. It's the process by which you use. On the other hand, the president feels that some people try to make a coup. So I think one of the things the international community needs to help them do is to find out exactly who did what went on. I don't think things should be swept under the rug. And I do think there is one good silver lining, because the situation is very difficult. A lot of people have suffered. But for once, China and the United States are both on the same side. Both of them want South Sudan to succeed for different reasons. So that gives me some hope, because they have international support that their neighbor next door, the Central African Republic, doesn't have as much.
And there are changing circumstances on the battlefield itself, because
Yes.
in the past 2 weeks, we have seen government forces gain ground. They've
Yes.
taken 2 towns that the rebels once held.
Yes, yes, there are. And, you know, I mean, it brings out actually another one of the contentious points, because Uganda is very supportive of President Kiir. They have sent troops there, and they have said, well, look, a sovereign government asked us, and we are doing it. On the other hand, Riek Machar is not happy with it and wants the Ugandans to withdraw. And I think the role of the Ugandans in helping is one of the factors that help the government take those towns that the rebels have held. But it could swing back and forth.
Interesting point that the Ugandans have got involved in this battle. Is there a danger with Ugandan involvement that this could become a wider conflict?
Oh, I think there is. And I think there is, which is one of the good things why this agreement has been reached, because the agreement was pushed together by IGAD, the regional group of which Uganda is a member, but others are Kenya, Ethiopia. And so the danger was that if Uganda goes in, others might want to go in too. But now that IGAD has crafted this agreement,
right,
the hope is that they dealt with that. And I also think it's dangerous for Uganda itself, because you might have a right to go in, but, you know, America and Vietnam teaches us a lot of lessons about going into civil wars and getting dragged into it.
Right, so we have a situation now where we have the ceasefire which is in place. Thousands of people have been killed, up to 500,000 have been displaced. What is the immediate impact for the humanitarian situation?
Oh, I think that's probably the best part of the cessation of hostilities, because now the humanitarian organizations can start going in, can start distributing food. I mean, if it holds. And I do think there is a good chance that it will hold, because many of these are international organizations, American organizations, so the U.S. will keep an eye on it and make sure that they are protected. But that is very good, because humanitarian efforts can now intensify, and the people who have been displaced really need it.
Nii Akuetteh, as always, thanks a lot.
My